Hello and welcome back to the Edain Mod for Battle for Middle-earth to the Rise of the Witch King as we continue on now with the second Elven faction. Well, technically second and third. The Elves of Lothlorien. And already you might be thinking, so what have they done to Lothlorien? And for the rest of you that haven't seen any Edain videos in the past, so what's so special about Lothlorien? Well, if you don't think that Lothlorien's special, look at their base. So, unlike Mordor, on Isengard, they actually have some kind of protection, but they're not like the rest of the factions where they have walls. These are all that Lothlorien has. Little guard sentry posts that act as a form of archer parapets. Just places where you can rest your archers and shoot from below, but it's still kind of useless. They did give them a bit of a buff. They kind of said that, hey, these platforms don't get used enough, these bridges don't get used enough. Let's make it so all archers that are on there get extra range. Still not good enough. Okay, let's think of something different. We give a bit more. Okay, still not very good. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, this special mechanic here kind of feels a bit pointless. It's cool for people that just do a full-on defensive... full-on defense as Lothlorien. It can be done, and it is quite fun, but it's not as optimal as if you're playing as Gondor and you actually have walls where your units won't decide to run out into the field. Yeah, unfortunately this game is a bit old and units are a bit dumb. But as Lothlorien, we have the smallest amount of build plots to start in our base, 5, but we only have 4 buildings to choose from. The Border Guard House, which allows us to recruit our normal infantry, like the archers, the swordsmen we have, and another unit called the Pike Guards, which are just pikes. The Sanctuary, which allows us to make these Elven Minstrels, which are okay. I personally don't like making them because all they do is sing and it can be a bit loud, so I don't really like it. But meh, you guys. Some of you might like them, some of you might actually know a good strategy to use with them. I personally just don't like them. They're too susceptible to being killed. And they used to be better in Edain 3.8. Now they're just kind of like a slight armor boost. But for the command points, it's not worth it. Just get another unit of archers. Just get another unit of archers, they're better. Then we can build the Galadriel quarters, which we're going to build a second of. They allow us to build our elite troops, the Galadriel, which come already fully armoured, unlike our normal Lothlorien troops, which also cannot gain armour. So that's a thing to note. Lothlorien is a very aggro-style faction that doesn't really use much... Sorry, got a huge bit of phlegm in my throat there. My apologies. So yeah, the elves of the Woodland Realm, well, yeah, the Woodland Realms, they are more of a ambushy, aggressive faction in the beginning, but can turn into a very powerhouse late game faction that just goes into nothing but upgraded units that are elite and unkillable. And then there's our Forge, which also makes our Forge tools and etc, that every faction gets. Now, it's a quick thing. These buildings, yes, they generate resources, but they are not part of the supply routes. I personally think the elves shouldn't have supply routes. The elves of Lothlorien, at least, shouldn't have supply routes. Because, I mean, it's only for Malorn trees, right? It's only for Malorn trees, and you're not going to have that many Malorn trees. You're just kind of making them a little bit weaker than you need to be. I mean, I get it. It's a nice new mechanic and all, and they want to kind of test it with everything. But I think Lothlorien is the one faction I can say guaranteed they don't need it. Imladris, I understand because they're communing with hobbits and they have farms, but Malorn trees. I mean, come on now. I think Lothlorien is the one faction that doesn't need these supply routes. Also because, again, none of these buildings have the supply route debuff on them, but they do generate resources as if they were resource buildings. Similar to Isengard's lumber mills. We'll go over what our units are and our PowerPoints shortly. I'm going to quickly get Rumel and Orphin, our scout heroes. So yeah, as you can see, now our Galadriel Courts and Border Guard House no longer actually have any upgrades, because the Border Guard House used to have the Pantry upgrade, which had 4 stages, and the Galadriel Quarters had a different upgrade that increased the recruitment speed of your units. Wow, one orc got through all of that. We're going to get our middle power immediately, the Elven Mod, because I think it's really cool. For several reasons. You'll find out why soon enough. We're making quite a lot of income. Let's go straight into the Forged Settler's tool, so our Malon trees can actually defend themselves in the future. And Malon trees actually get a additional upgrade you can purchase. That's just lava in the middle of nowhere, okay. Or amber, I don't know. I'm thinking of Warhammer, Wood Elves. Still making more archers. We could get Haldir, but it's Haldir. Let's get the Forged Workers tools as well, because we need them for the Silverthorn arrows. I know it's a big investment, seeing that it takes a while to make and it's kind of just gone, but it's better to spend it there than waste it on units that I'm not really too invested in. So what can these little expansions make? They can build a statue, which is just our heroic statue. They can build a basically a gate watcher, and go back there for a second. Come back to the Malon tree and the Elven Wood, and they can also recruit a single archer that is OP as hell and can't really die unless you destroy the actual thing itself. So he's pretty good. Other than that, Malon trees, they're exactly the same, except now you only get your mana defenses for a short amount of time instead of having it like a permanent elf sitting on there. I mean, they could make that a permanent elf that sits on there, but I can understand that that would be a bit too powerful for Lothlorien. Having a strong, aggressive, and defensive front is very troubling to balance, because if you have too much of each, and then you've got a problem. Other than that, that's all the Lothlorien gets for its buildings. Obviously for its units, as I mentioned, we have the Lorien Warriors, which are our normal units. Archers and Pike Guards, which are our cavalry or monster slayers. Oh, and they're already recruiting the more elite units of their kind. Haldir has arrived. He'll solve all our problems. Yeah, those Kirafungal orcs are so powerful. So powerful. Let's increase our recruitment speed. Have you built either of the tools yet? No? Well, damn. Look at them. They're still going. Those orcs are still going against archers of Lothlorien. I mean, you don't see that every day, right? You can't tell me you see that every day. I should not be recruiting Galadriel. That is a stupid idea. Just build archers, right? Normal archers. Normal archers will do. Let's get the longbows set up as well. Yeah, I kind of regret not having double forge, because now I can't get my my actual unit upgrades along with my basic upgrades. Okay, we've got the Forged Settlers tools, mana defenses. Here we're going to include the Band of Protection, and here we're also going to have the Band of Protection. But here we are going to get, once that's off cooldown, we're going to get the extra vision range. Because you get, for each of these Malon trees, you get one of 3 upgrades. You can increase your line of sight, create a disguising effect, a mist, or you could create a small aura of debilitation, which is basically armor and damage removal, I think. Is it armor and damage? Reduces the armor. Okay, it's reduced to only armor now. But it is a pretty good aura effect. We are going to get Arrow Storm. Yes, please die, Rumil. So I can get your brother back as well. Yeah, that's the one thing wrong with Rumil and Orphin. You have to have both of them die before you can get the other one back, if one does die. Oh, and that's a Nazgul. That explains why he died so quickly. The Veil of Mist. Ally units in the target area become stealth for 30 seconds and move 30% faster for 15 seconds. They can move and leave the area while cloaked, but are revealed when they attack. It's very short cooldown, very short duration, not cooldown. More elves. We're making decent money. We need to start spending it more. Okay, we're halfway to our Forge Settler's tools. Or Workers' tools, even. How they can just easily kill Nazgul, because why not? Oh, what the hell are you fighting now? Those are just orcs. Come on now. Oh no, he's poisoned. Oh, we got Morgul bladed. No, run. Run, 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 run. He's just going to die, isn't he? How are they dying so quickly? Is this a Gothmog summon? These are just Mordor orcs that are killing my units right now. What the hell? Ah, whatever. I'll manage. Increase our recruitment speed again and expand our pantry, because why not? I'm going to keep calling it the pantry even though it's technically called the storeroom, because 1, I don't care, and 2, I don't care. I didn't really tell you what Arrow Storm does. Rains down a storm of arrows at the target location, hit enemy units and heroes, lose 25% armor against arrows for 30 seconds. Okay, that's cool. That's a nice little added effect. We can also get the mystical stream, which some people think is really bad. I kind of think it's cool. Because if you find a small choke point like this, you can just set a stream up. And now units try to pass through this stream are slowed. Like by a very decent margin, I must add. A very decent margin. And then let's finally over what the Elven Wood does. Instead of just creating a normal Elven Wood like before, it now actually creates a tree. And this tree imbues the wood and strengthens allied units inside of it. Allies are cloaked as long as they don't attack. And after 1 minute, March Wardens and Mirkwood units can use their abilities even without being cloaked. So what that means is the ambush of the Wood Elves hero power becomes active. The Wood Elves ambush their enemies. Lothlorien March Wardens deal 50% damage for 15 seconds. And Mirkwood Warriors knock back units with their attacks for 15 seconds. So extra damage and knockback. That's really, 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 really good. Let's get more archers and let's get Celeborn, because why not? That is Sauron. That is a Sauron right there. And that is a gore bag. That explains where the poison's coming from. Ah, you killed them both. Use the Radiant Arrow, see if we can debilitate some of these. Oh, what are you doing? How did... No, 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 no. Radiant Arrow. Oh, that's beautiful. Gotta love when Howdy actually has a good ability. Man the defenses. Yeah, I'm just sticking with the Archer spam because it's working, and yeah, I can't think of anything better. We can soon get Silverthorn arrows, which are going to be so integral to our plan. Move Howdy slightly further back. Get Celeborn into the fight. Celeborn, I imagine, is exactly the same. Yep, whenever enemy heroes are near him, he gains more damage. It just becomes more deadly. Oh dear God, the Mordor spam does not end. I'm probably going to have to start recruiting our elites soon. Slowly snipe down the Nazgul. Celeborn, oh look at that damage. This is why Celeborn is our hero killer, okay? He's just that good. Winning at the Refuge of the Woods. Wait, what? Some of the best tree that heals and enemies in the vicinity can only be used when in the base or around a blessed tree. Oh, okay. Okay, let's fall back. Let's fall back to the fortress. They seem to be following us, so we'll fall back to the fortress. As we now get Silverthorn arrows, all our upgrades have now been made, so we're making pretty decent resources on all our buildings level 3. And yep, they completely ignored. That is great. That is great. They've completely ignored the Malon tree. And now they're going to get slowed down by the mystical stream. So where can this be used? It glowed up for a second, then it stopped again. I'm just going to keep... Can this only be used? Can only be used close to your base or another blessed tree or other blessed trees? But you can't use it in your base. Is that a glitch? Is that a possible glitch I've just found? After they already made another patch, which by the way I now have. I admit I didn't have it before, but to be fair, in my defense, the videos I recorded were already done by the time that patch before the patch came out. It's only you don't see them until I bring them out. I recorded them long before that time. What do we want? A lot of things, but that's not going to happen. Can we have Silverthorns? Almost got Silverthorns. Let's... Silverthorns are still 700, right? Yeah, they should be. The dark days. We need to heal up, so we're going to go back to the base and get the safe refuge hero power. I keep calling them hero powers. Safe refuge power. Extra speed. So speed buff, speed debuff, unit protection, unit destruction, blessing, Twilight or light, Twilight, Radagast, defenders, mirrors knowledge, and vengeance of the Horns. We'll go over more about what the rest of them do because I think some of these are quite cool, and again, others may seem pointless, are actually really, really powerful. Lothlorien is about making the best of what it's got. It's not like the other factions, where it has some things are better, some things are worse. I personally think that just archer spam and ambushing your opponents is the way to go with Lothlorien. And I think that will always be the way how you play Lothlorien. And we'll soon get the Mirkwood outpost so we can get Thranduil and Legolas. But until then, look at those beautiful Silverthorn arrows. Actually dealing damage to buildings. It's a disgraceful thing to look at. Okay, so this ambush effect can be used while actually stealthed, but if you're near the elven, the mystical tree, the magical tree, what's it called, the blessed tree, it actually allows you to do it whenever. So that's even cooler. That is, oh. Okay, I think we've just beaten up what's left of Mordor. I can't tell because they're not making anything. Maybe that's just another level 3 tree. I think the fact Malon trees come out at level 3 for Lothlorien is actually a really big buff. Because believe it or not, the extra vision is really important. And unfortunately this guy, this is how they change this guy. They make him a swordman until you man the defenses and then he becomes an archer. Okay, that is actually really cool. I like that, the cleverness of how that was changed. Let's get the Beorning hut because we got to show off Grim Beorn, see if he's got anything changed, and the Beornings too. Well, they are just ignoring the Malon trees. Oh, that's a troll, that's a troll, that's a troll, that's a troll. Let's see how much damage this does. I'm actually eager to find out. I missed. But they got the debuff. So that means the debuff has a larger range than the actual ability, than the actual damage range. Okay, so that's now just a well effect. Even though we also get a well from the... Oh no, they're going to destroy the base. Oh no, the troll died. Okay. Yeah, our base has really good defenses. And then we add Silverthorns to all our archers, which, let me count, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the forge gets an extra archer. Then we can build the guard platforms. Then we can build the statue. Then we can build the more guard platforms. And then we've got a pretty defensible base. But the one problem is, if the centre falls, well, I don't have another castle up or another outpost up, then I will instantly die. And first when I showed that off in one of the other faction overviews, probably Isengard, I think. Yeah, it was Isengard, I think. I'm fairly certain it was Isengard. I was fighting off Lothlorien, then I just used battering rams and destroyed them. Oh, but then they didn't die because they had other buildings. That's right, now I remember. Now I remember, we were in Fangorn. Oh god, it feels like it was ages ago. It was only 2 weeks, and it feels like I'd done it years ago. Okay, all those have been upgraded, or I just don't have the income for them. Bit of both. We're not getting Galadriel yet, even though I probably should, because two of our powers are directly related to having Galadriel. Oh, and they're bringing up battering rams and catapults. Bring it down! Bring it down! How dare you attack the tree? Okay, we do have all Silverthorns. Let us get... I mean, we could get the Guardians of Karas Galathon, but I like the Galadriel better. I just like the Galadriel. Guardian's still good, but Galadriel, oh, they're so much better. Let's get a Beorning. See what they're like, and then we're gonna activate Honey Trade or Honey Harvest. So you can choose with the Beorning Hut to either make units or make income, and they finally made it so you can't actually build the Beornings while you're gathering honey. Okay, yep, because that was actually a glitch. You could select your Beorning hut, build several Beornings, then leave and continue to build the Beornings. They used to be a big problem because it just made them so strong because you actually made the money at the same time, and you'll be surprised that extra income actually makes a difference. Well, that blessing is still in effect. Wow, that's a good long duration. Galadriel have heavy. Yeah, this unit is equipped with heavy armor and therefore can't hide near trees. But it does get the extra armor. It doesn't say it has extra armor, but it does get extra armor. You ask favor? I think it's finally time to go over what the other Lothlorien units ability is. The patrol of the March Wardens. The smaller the numbers of the March Wardens on the patrol, the more agile they become. If there are 3 or less battalions of March Wardens, they move 20% faster. Yeah, that's a nice little passive. It used to be an active ability, which you could activate at not any time, but on a short cooldown, which will give them, I think, at least 15% increased movement speed. I don't think it was the full 20, but yeah, it was still pretty good. It what made Lothlorien extremely slightly more aggressive, and able to escape from very tight situations. Is that my Beorning cutting them up? Oh no, that's the my Archer Tower. Is my Beorning dead? No, he's there. Beornings can turn into bear in human form. Oh yeah, and these two abilities, the Patrol of the March Wardens and the Ambush of the Wood Elves, that exists for all of your March Warden units, which are your Warriors, Archers, and Pike Guards. Guardians of Karas Galathon, they're slightly different. They're elite March Wardens that have been given... I think they just have Elven Cloak on... In fact, I'm going to have to find out now. Because I don't want to say that they just get it on passive, because that might be a lie. They used to get it on passive, but they might not anymore. Or when they've put the transition between bear and human on a cooldown. Okay, that's nice and balanced. Okay, let's just show that Cure of Ungol barracks. I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting annoyed with the Cure of Ungolness. It's too much. Let's continue harvesting honey. And now we're going to save it for Galadriel. Because why not? How dare you can go back on your sword mode. And I'm going to put you back into your human form because I almost killed you off there. Silly me. Dealings with the dwarves since the dark days. So yeah, these guys just get Elven Cloaks naturally. They don't actually have their a stealth ability that makes them better when they're in stealth like the other March Wardens do. They're just the elite vanguard that protects Galadriel and Celeborn, the Lord and Lady of... wow, that's still active. Oh, and that's a troll. He's going to die instantly, isn't he? Here we go. Oh no, he's going to run away. Oh, the outer buildings are actually... I've just noticed the outer towers don't get Silverthorn arrows, even though we built the Silverthorn arrow upgrade. That is disappointing. That should be a thing, right? I feel like that should be a thing. But look how quickly he just died. I imagine it won't be the same for other buildings, but yeah, that's still pretty good. But another Elven Wood here. Yeah, Elven Wood feels really strong now. And then I just... Well, first I heal Orathin because he's about to die. Now that was his swift paw foot move. Let us get Galadriel and destroy this building. I've been sitting on my leg this entire time and now it has gone so numb I actually feel pain. Not good. Not good. So now I'm about to get Galadriel. I'm tempted, which way do we go? Lady of Light or Lady of Twilight? But let's actually go through what all of these powers do. Radagast the Brown. Temporary summons Radagast to the field. The Brown Wizard appears either on foot, his sled, or on a giant eagle, depending on your choice. I did mention in the Isengard video that the special Isengard power that they now got, the Orcs, Traitors of Rohan, and the Wildmen all in one package. That is similar to how they did Radagast the Brown and how they did the Dwarven runes for the Dwarven factions, where you get where you click on one power, but you get a selection of powers. And Radagast is the only one that actually you can only choose one of. The Dwarven runes, you can pick all 4 of them, and you can pull them all onto one building and get massive buffs and stuff. And the traitor effect that Isengard has, that power, that summon power, you can get all 3 of them as well, which makes it a very effective power. But I think we're going to go for the Queen of Twilight. The Lady of Light is a Galadriel, so her ability now call forth sacred light at their target location, granting attack and vision range, speed and damage for a while. If Galadriel already has blessing or has been become the Queen of Twilight, a Star of Hope with same bonuses appears instead. And she becomes the Queen of Twilight. So she can also become the Queen of Twilight. Galadriel temporarily gains new destructive powers. If Galadriel is already blessed or has become the Queen of Twilight, a tornado appears instead. So what it means by the Queen of Twilight means her ring hero form, and more importantly, I think it's the form that where she accepts the ring is her Queen of Twilight form, or it could just be the power itself. I don't know. But it will make sense. It will make sense. And there used to be another thing. There used to be 2 other upgrades here. One of which, if you rejected the ring, and one if you accepted the ring. If you accepted the ring, you could have equipped this as well as one of the other 3 powers, and it would do damage in an aura. But if you had the, if you chose the other power, or if you rejected the ring, I think it's a heal effect. So all your Malon trees become well. So it's basically like what the Age of Ring Malon trees can become. I also like now that whenever a unit does go into stealth, you actually know because there's a green aura around it. That I wanted that. I have wanted that since BFME 1. That's how far back I'm going here. I wanted the knowledge to know if the unit was actually stealthed or not. All the way back from when I started playing this game, because I thought the stealth mechanic was so cool, and even in BFME 1 you could use it, but then you just never knew, or you'd have to go in real close and see, is this unit fading in and out of existence? If they are, then they're stealthed. If they're not, then they're not stealthed, and there was really no other way of telling. But they finally changed that, and I'm so happy for that. I'm so glad they did it in the Edain mod as well, because it's the mod I feel like I play the most. But enough about that. Let's turn Galadriel into the Queen of Twilight. In place of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen. So she turns into a Queen of Twilight form. In a place of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen. Oh, not dark, but beautiful and terrible as the dawn. Treacherous as the sea, stronger than the foundation of the earth. All shall love me in despair. See, I wanted that for so long as well. Oh my god, they've done Galadriel right. As Queen of Twilight, Galadriel unleashes tremendous power. Her magical abilities damage all enemies around her. Her attacks against buildings also hits other buildings in the vicinity. I don't think that got mentioned in the past, so that's good to know. Then it's her fear effect, and deal no damage as well. Then it's her magical flood of rain. Oh, that's new. Cracks open the... oh, okay, it's... so she no longer has a tornado. That's what you get if you have Queen of Twilight already. Then she has Earthquake at level 7, a Flood at level 5, and then a Word of Power at level 10, which is makes all units fight. Oh, I didn't see it in time, damn it. Can this go into enemy bases? Yes, it can. Oh no, he died. Whatever will we do? Yeah, I kind of feel bad I haven't already found I haven't gone for Lothlorien yet, or Mirkwood yet, so let's fall back. We're falling back. How dear. How dear. Fine, killed the troll. Killed the troll. Galadriel killed the troll from how dear, because he can't do it. Oh yeah, they did Lothlorien right here. I kind of feel a bit bad that Tariel's power became a tier 5, and it has to be near a structure. So she kind of feels a lot weaker. There has to be some method behind the madness to that, surely. Surely there has to be some kind of method to the madness. Also, wait. Oh, my unit. Oh, I originally thought the banner carrier's giving healing was removed with Edain 4.1. Well, whenever the elves came out, but no, they've still got it. Really cool. Gotta want to stay still, get your armor, and look cool, get out of your pajamas. And let's get Mirkwood, because we have a lot of command points, and I want to spend them. Look, they're still sending trolls against me. Fruitless efforts, I say. Fruitless. Fruitless and frugal. Let's get Forged Blades, because I can. And soon we can go back to dealing with Mordor. I was totally about to finish the game there and not even show off Mirkwood. I feel bad about that now. I kind of feel bad. And we're out of money. Galadriel, stop. Let us... Oh, I got something. I didn't think I wanted to get it, but okay. What did I get? Oh, the wine cellar. Now, I want to know. It doesn't actually say the wine cellar gives decrease in cost anymore. And no, I don't think it does either. I thought it was just a little glitch. Well, not a glitch. I thought I might be able to glitch it out where it would still do it. But I guess no. Oh, and that fear effect actually works on battering rams too? Oh. Okay, yeah. Lothlorien now has the tools it needs, so it doesn't have to worry about battering rams suddenly coming out of nowhere and destroying the base. Or it's just stupid enough that it was going the other direction in the first place. I don't know. I'm not going to say I know, because I don't. Let's build the Ent Moot, because I can. Damn it, Rumil. How do you get higher level than Howdy? I miss his quotes already. Let's just get Franduil, the leader of Mirkwood elves. And, yeah, Mirkwood swordsmen, Mirkwood archers, and Outriders, as mentioned in the Elvenwood ambush power. It can only be used while stealthed or near the magical forest, but it gives them knockback attacks. That feels really strong, but I'm not going to show it off. Because I feel like, in fact, I can show it off if there's one more build plot, but they got rid of it, so I'm just going to have to destroy this and build the troop chamber, because I want to show off everything. I feel like we don't show off enough of everything in these overviews. When they destroy my Malorn tree, all the way back at my base, that power is still going on. I think that might be a glitch as well. The Refuge of the Woods power might be a glitch that is still working. I don't know what it means by blessed trees. So clear doesn't mean this. It's a mystical tree, okay? It's not a blessed tree. So what's a blessed tree? Okay, so hard which forest grow and hides enemies within. Okay, I'm just confused with where you can put down refuge of the woods. It just kind of, you can just kind of do it whenever, and it doesn't really make sense. Oh, and they've made the Ash Ents unit again. Before you could only make the Ents, Treebeard, and Quickbeam, but now you can remake the Ash Ents, which are a melee version of the Ents, a melee only version, but has a pretty powerful stomp, similar to the Mountain Giants, except they don't exist right now, so that's all they've got. Defenders of Mirkwood. The Palace Guards are the elite defenders of Mirkwood and can turn enemy momentum against them. At any time a Palace Guard is trampled... Okay, that's just rude. What was I saying? Anytime a Palace Guard is trampled, all of the Palace Guards gain armor, damage, and slow any additional enemy trampling by much faster. 50% faster. That's pretty cool. And like I said, yeah, Ambush of the Woods. They also get a formation, the Shield Wall, where they can gain extra armor and damage. Or lose damage, sorry. But in that extra armor phase, if you've got the Elven Wood up, and they've got knockback attacks, then that just makes them a completely different force. Originally, Lothlorien was the more defensive. When you think of Lothlorien and Mirkwood, we think about my Divide and Conquer campaign with Lothlorien, and how I always said that Lothlorien was the defensive faction and Mirkwood was the aggressive faction. Here, it's the other way around. Mirkwood is a defensive faction with things like the Palace Guards and a knockback effect on its units, and Lothlorien is the aggressive faction. Just in base, with having several different elite archers and having a damage buff. Oh, it feels good. It feels good. It does feel really good. I've got to use Banner Protection while that's set up. Everyone move. I want to see Arrow Storm in use. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it kill something. Okay, it can kill off normal Mordor orcs. I feel happy. Oh, it's the ring. Galadriel! I'm going to reject the ring because we've kind of already seen what she does when she accepts it. She gets all those powers I mentioned, and she also gets a debuff to all units around her, not just enemies, but all allies too. And also, we get 2 new heroes. She is now the queen of, well, yeah, she's just Galadriel. But she now has a, or does she? It doesn't say, but she should have... Oh, she might have gotten rid of it. They might have actually gotten rid of her power. Originally, if you rejected the ring, it would give you a little passive saying that now all your units gain a passive heal whenever, and are just better in general. I'm going to sacrifice 1 unit of Lorien Archer so we can get Legolas. Bows ready. So the Elk Riders don't get that the knockback effect, but they do have a different kind of effect where they deal extra damage against cavalry and they shoot the riders down. So technically they do have the technically they do actually have the knockback effect, but it's related only to cavalry. You've seen in Twilight and the borders of the Shire. Oh, the Treebeard quotes are so good. It's John Rhys Davies. You can't say no to that. Many of these trees were my friends, but I'd known when they were but not an acorn. That's why I feel offended. Trolls are faster than everything else in this game, and it feels stupid. Trolls are too fast. Nerf them, get rid of them, I don't care. We're going to get the... first to get Lady of Light, because I want to shut off that power as well. So first we have a Queen of Twilight, which I don't think will actually work now, because she rejected the ring. We'll find out. No, just create a giant tornado. So that's her tornado. Her treacherous. It used to be a treacherous of the sea power, but is now related to a power in its own. Very slow, not a very long cooldown, but it is pretty good. And again, yeah, that is related to if she is already the ring hero or not. And then she has her aura buff, which gives her extra attack. Oh, and she just summons Erendil. Vigilance. The Light of Erendil. Heroes and units in the wide range gain attack and vision, speed and damage. Don't stack with Galadriel's blessing. If Galadriel has rejected the One Ring, the bonuses are doubled. Yeah. So we get a Tornado and Vingalot. Really good. So I haven't seen Frandal do anything yet, but he is exactly the same as I expected. I didn't expect him to be any different. Treebeard can summon to Ashents at any time because he gets angry. Now, no, they don't look like Ashents with a portrait compared to the normal Ashents portrait, but they do have that in their Stomp profile. Yep, that's Stomp. Get angry. Yeah, that is a pretty decent AoE effect for a hero that you can get from somewhere else. Yeah, I didn't even show Grimbeorn, but I'm fairly certain he's the same as well. So overall, we have a large selection of heroes. We have 2 elves from the Woodland Realm, a Beorning, 2 Ents, and technically 5, but 4 because Rim and Orphan are technically 1 hero altogether. And our last 2 powers, because obviously I feel like this power feels really bad. I don't know what to say of it yet. But Mirror's Knowledge permanently reveals the entire map, reduces cooldown of all spell powers by 25%. Some of you are probably raging right now thinking, how is that a tier 10 power? How can something that bad be so good that it becomes a tier 10 power? Never underestimate vision. Never, ever, ever underestimate the power of knowing vision. It may not seem good, but knowing that the rest of your powers are reduced by 25%, you can get Vingalot back a lot sooner. You can get a Tornado sooner. You can get Arrow Volley sooner. A movement increase, movement debuff, a heal effect, a wood that gives all your basic units increased powers, Radagast, and also Vengeance of the Huorns, which summons a circle of Huorns, which locks in enemies and damages them, which aren't actually Ents. Ents are not Huorns. These are Ents. Huorns are like Old Man Willow, which are just trees. I can't actually take a more human-like form like the Ents can. Oh wow, this actually lasts a really long time. Okay, that's really good. Originally, this was a tier 10 power, well, tier 4 power, that gave all units inside it massive healing, and anything underneath it that was an enemy would deal only 1% damage. Yeah, you can see why they removed that. You can see why they removed that. That's ridiculous. And Grimbeorn is exactly the same. Can also turn into a bear. And he can switch back instantly because he's Grimbeorn. But he gets his Deadly Bite, his Survival Instinct, his Beorn's Bees, and the Power of the Wilderness. And his Deadly Bite turns into a Deadly Chop, I think. Ferocious Strike. Strikes an enemy, dealing heavy damage and knocks them back. Only I've never mentioned what Quick Beam can do. Moves faster than other Ents and deals rock throwing increased damage against single targets. But he also gets to summon Ents quicker. So that's why I summon Quick Beam first, because then you use that power. So then you get Treebeard for free, and all that not for free, but you get his in back. You get to summon Treebeard much sooner. I think that's pretty much the strategy that's always been around. And now we're going to see the Might of the Huorns. That's all enemies in place and looks cool as hell. They basically changed the Watcher in the Water into minis. They just swing anything in their way. But it only attacks enemies, I need to note. It does not attack your own unit, so do not be afraid. They are to be trusted. So yep, this was a Lothlorien overview. I think I did better than the rest. I must admit, it started off with a bit of a bit bad, with my throat going and all. But yeah, ended pretty good. And we beat a hard Mordor. Can't say I do that every day. So hope you've all enjoyed. And next time we will be showing off the might of the Rohirrim. But until then, ta-ta for now.